call today. Insaf, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Maybe we can start by you introducing yourself and telling us who you are.
So hello, David, and thank you for having me on with you today. So I am Insaf Nori, and I'm from Morocco, and I work actually as a Decred Group community manager in the region MENA. So over this last 4 years working with Decred, I have had the opportunity to organize and participate in meetups and conferences and promote the blockchain technology. What is it? How can we use it? I've managed the social media of Decred in Arabic through Twitter, Facebook, and Telegram. And I'm also preparing for my PhD in renewable energy. So that's about me.
All right, nice. I mean, thank you for that great introduction, Insaf. So maybe for people who don't know about Decred, maybe mind breaking down to us what is Decred?
So Decred is a decentralized cryptocurrencies, which was launched back in February 2016. And it was created by former developers of Bitcoin. To go back in history, so those former developers worked for developing Bitcoin core implementation, which was written in C++. So they have decided to, because the protocol was popular and successful, so they decided to write it in a different programming language, which was Golang. And from that code, they call it the BTC suits. And from that code, they have created Decred. So Decred, we cannot say it's a fork of Bitcoin because it iterates upon, it differentiates from Bitcoin. Bitcoin, there is a proof of work consensus mechanism. But in Decred, there is a hybrid consensus mechanism, proof of work and proof of stake. So the proof of work miners will have to create new blocks, but which will be validated by the proof of stake miners. So it's a double security. It's like a 2FA security on the network. And also Decred stakeholders who they are the ones who make the rules about how the projects will go on. So if there is a change in the protocol of Decred, or there is something that will be added in the protocol, so the devs will submit these changes, and the stakeholders will vote by yes or no for these changes to be implemented in the network of Decred. And that's how it's different from and that's how it doesn't have hard forks. And also Decred is self-funded. We have in Decred, we have a treasury, which is funded by 10% of the reward of the block. So each block has a reward. So we take this 10% and it goes back to the treasury to fund the work of the developers, the researchers, the marketers, the designers, of the work of all the contractors.
Sorry to cut you short there. Just wanted you, as you also continue to explain Decred, tell us also, you talk about proof of work, proof of stake. What is Decred solving?
Decred is a store of value cryptocurrency, okay, just like Bitcoin. So what differentiates it from Bitcoin? It's the governance. So we, as a community, we have a say in the project. There is a platform that we call Politeia, where every contractor, everyone, even if it doesn't work for Decred, has the right to submit a proposal about the work he wants to do for Decred. So the stakeholders will vote with yes or no for his work to be done or not. So it's the governance what differentiates Decred from other projects.
All right, great. Yeah, thank you for that great breakdown of Decred. As you mentioned, you represent Decred in the Middle East and North Africa, which is basically the Arabic world. Maybe I can ask you, Insaf, how is crypto adoption and acceptance in this region? Yeah, how are people receptive, or are people, resistive of cryptocurrency?
As you know, with the crisis of the COVID-19, more and more people have been adopting cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies all over the world. So it was the same thing here in Morocco and I think in North Africa and Middle East. In Morocco there was a ban from November 2017 of the use of cryptocurrency because of the lack of regulations about cryptocurrencies in the world. So however, people here are still buying and selling cryptocurrencies because it's a form of freedom for them. It's a form of being independent financially. And because here in Morocco, there is a great percentage of unbanked people. So cryptocurrencies is a way for people to transact between them. And maybe in the future, we can buy more things from the internet by crypto. We can do it now, but it is still limited. In Arabic world, I think that Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and in Dubai, they can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. But just in Saudi Arabia, I think that just the firms or the companies who are prohibited from using cryptocurrencies, but individuals can use cryptocurrencies. And in Dubai, just last week, they have, I think Dubai is the first country to adopt cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology worldwide.
Yeah, thank you for that breakdown, Insaf. Maybe right now in Morocco, what is the state of crypto? Is it still illegal, or how, or where does it stand?
It's still illegal. The cryptocurrencies is still illegal here in Morocco. So, but last surveys and last researches have proven that more than 2.4% of the popularity of Moroccan people are using cryptocurrencies. So there is the adoption of cryptocurrencies because, as I said before, it gives people more freedom and more financial. I talk about financial freedom to transact, to have money, especially with the COVID situation where people are losing their jobs. So it's still illegal, but there is no law that state that people cannot buy or sell cryptocurrencies. Here in Morocco, we can still use local Bitcoin, we can still use Binance.
Again, the recent report by Local Beans showed Morocco is one of the largest markets for crypto.
Yeah,
I think it's the fourth. Yeah.
Yeah. The local Bitcoins have shown the spike in trading of cryptocurrencies here in Morocco, especially in February, back in February 2021. That proves that more and more people are using cryptocurrencies despite the ban. And even the governor of the Bank of Morocco have stated that they have a committee that will study the creation of a CBDC here in Morocco. So I think that's a great step towards the use of cryptocurrencies that will open the doors in the future for the use of cryptocurrencies. And from my point of view, when I've started back in 2017 learning about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, I was so fascinated about them and how they work, and also I was fascinated about the technology behind them. And when I learned about Decred, it was an opportunity for me as a woman and as a Muslim and as a woman to work with an international group and to be paid in Decred, because in Decred we get paid in in Decred each month. So I am paid in cryptocurrencies, which has changed my life for the better.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. In fact, my next question, Insaf, was about empowering women how crypto is empowering me. I mean, you're a classic example of, crypto empowering women. Maybe what would you say about that, about crypto empowering women? Can we expect that to happen in future? How does it look like in Morocco? Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
Okay, from my experience, though, there is a little adoption by women in the space of cryptocurrencies. So I've done the researches, and more than 90% are men who are using cryptocurrencies than women. Because I think that's because women love the money to buy things a lot in yeah.
Yeah.
With crypto, actually, we can't buy many things with crypto, so they are still using the fiat money. But I think that in the future, when will be their adoption of cryptocurrencies, there will be more women using cryptocurrencies. Even the age, there is studies states that the age of people using cryptocurrencies are between 24 and 35 years old. I think that's the working people in between 24 that are independent financially who can buy cryptocurrencies. But cryptocurrencies are giving people more opportunities to work from home, which is good for women too, who have children, who have other things to do. So they can work at home anytime that they see fit. And because working online, it's about the quality of your work, not the quantity. So when you do a good job, people will want to work with you, and that's the results of my experience with Decred. So when you do a good job, that we have in Decred, we have more people from Africa, from all over the world, from Germany, from USA, from Canada. So we are from all over the world. We don't see each other, but we talk with each other. We have a great community. I don't know, I am not a developer by much about the software, but people in the community, they will explain things to you that you don't understand. They try to make you feel at ease so you can keep working with them. And
Right.
I think that's a great opportunity for women who are looking for jobs online.
Yeah, I totally agree. We need more women in the space, so we need more women like you to
Thank you.
come in and adopt this technology. Now, speaking about adoption, I know that you obviously do a lot of education around crypto and blockchain, right? So I mean, just trying to understand, for our viewers to understand, how do you go about that in Morocco, and maybe by extension in the Arabic world? How do you introduce people to crypto and blockchain?
Back in I will go back to 2017 when I've started doing research online. I've started working with Decred as a translator. I translated the software from English to Arabic, and articles about Decred from English to Arabic, and that gave me the opportunity to know more about the project, and I've done more researches about blockchain. And as I've mentioned, that people in the community will answer your questions, will explain things to you. So I've started accumulating a lot of knowledge about blockchain technology, and that's when I've had the idea to share my knowledge with other people. So I've started with the small meetup, and I've started talking about blockchain technology. It was difficult at first because people don't know you, don't trust you. So few people has come at first, but as I've organized more and more meetups and events, more people have started coming, and more people were interested in learning about blockchain. And as you know, in blockchain technology, every day, every week, there is something new. So there was always something new that you have to share with people. And I say that people are interested in. And now this year, there is more courses in universities about blockchain technology. And I think that's a great step towards the future, towards adopting blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
When you organize these meetups, who is usually most interested in attending? Is it young people,
Okay.
young women, or what kind of people?
In these events, more young people are interested. There was some older ones, but just one or two in the group of people who attends. There is the young people are more interested, and I would say that developers are more interested, and people who work in financial industries are also more interested. But I've met people who don't work in as developers or financial in finance, but they are interested in this technology and about cryptocurrency. So in these meetups, I don't tell people how to invest and that they should invest. I just talk about the technology because I think that the most important that they understand the things, not just invest. Before they invest, they have to study the project well and know what is it about before they invest. So I don't encourage anyone investing in cryptocurrencies without having without doing research and understanding well what is it about.
Yeah, thanks for that. Let me ask, are there many events in Morocco, blockchain and crypto events?
Yeah, back in 2019, there was the first blockchain summit that has in Africa. So we have that was organized here back in Rabat. So I have the opportunity to participate in. And from then there was more and more events organized here in Marrakesh, in Dakhla, in Casablanca, in Rabat also. So people are more and more interested in the blockchain technology, and more events are organized here.
Now, let me ask, now looking at the adoption, you've been in this space for quite some time and you've seen the growth and the development. Where do you see crypto adoption in Morocco? And maybe you can also talk about, North Africa, Tunisia, Algeria, and those countries. Where do you see adoption going in the next 3 to 5 years?
More and more people are investing and adopting the cryptocurrencies. So in 3 to 5 years from now, I think that more people will be investing and more people will be adopting. In Morocco, there is the ban, but that's not preventing people from investing, as I've said before. So that's a good thing because people are realizing the importance of cryptocurrencies. There is the reality that a lot of people are interested just in the quick gain, but as you know, in cryptocurrencies, there is the bearish cycle and there is the bullish cycle. So they have to understand that they have to invest well and to know what to do, because I've seen the last cycle of the bearish cycle. It was catastrophic. So I think people have to be more aware about that before investing. But in general, I think that there will be more and more adoption. That's my opinion about it.
Thanks for that. Now, looking at the neighboring countries, Tunisia and Algeria, how is the adoption there?
In I think in Algeria there is a ban of cryptocurrencies, just like in Morocco. So people are not free to buy or sell. I think that they don't have to make publicity about investing in cryptocurrencies. They can't talk about cryptocurrencies, but they don't have to do publicity about it. In Tunisia, because they have problem like in Morocco, there was more people that have been unbanked. They have created their digital currency, which is the e-dinar. So the adoption also in Tunisia is going well, but Morocco is the first one by adopting cryptocurrencies in North Africa, and I think it's the fourth in the whole Africa after Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa.
Talking about Decreed now, going back to Decreed, Decreed recently released their 1.6 version, which supports the Lightning Network. Maybe you can talk to us about that. Why Decreed went on, decided to adopt the Lightning Network?
So as a Decred, former developers were developers of Bitcoin. So there is, you will find a lot of similarities between Bitcoin and Decred. So the Lightning Network is not something that is new to Decred. It was developed from the launch of Decred, but it has been it's not in the final stages. It is still in the testing phase. Decred launching the Lightning Network will be a great step, because with the launch of Lightning Network, merchants will be able to use cryptocurrencies more and more, because we can create canals and made a lot of transactions, and that will we won't have to wait hours and hours for the confirmations of the transactions. The transaction will go in a lightning speed. So that will make the adoption of cryptocurrencies and Decred more and more efficient in the future. So I think that's a great step, implementing the Lightning Network in the network of Decred.
All right, great. Yeah, Insaf. So for someone who wants to use Decred or who wants to access Decred, where can they go? Where would you advise someone to get started in learning Decred?
So you can buy Decred from exchanges. When you go to decred.org, you will find exchanges at the end of the page, and you choose the exchange that you use the more and buy Decred. And by buying Decred, you will have two possibilities. You can just hold it, trade it, or you can stake it. There is the possibility of staking Decred and having a reward. So you buy Decred, you hold it, and then you stake it. By staking it, you've got a ticket, which is a lock timing. You lock time your currencies for a ticket. And with this ticket, you get to vote for the validation of the block. It will go automatically from your wallet. You don't have to open your wallet 24/7. And once it gets voted, you'll get notified, and you'll get your reward. Also, by buying a ticket, you will become a stakeholder who have a say in the project. You can go with this ticket. You can participate in the governance of the project, and you can say that you can have a say in the change of a protocol, for example, of the Decred, or someone who wants to do some work for Decred. You will have a say by voting yes or no. And for that, Decred developers have created a platform which we call a governance platform, which we call Politea. In this platform, people will submit their proposal about who they will submit, who they are, what kind of work they want to do. We have all sorts of work: developers, marketers, researchers, designers, and the funding, how much money they ask. And the stakeholders will see this proposal, and they will decide if this proposal will go or not. So by buying a ticket in Decred, you have a right to decide in the project, and that's why Decred is decentralized. It's about all the people in the project and not just the founder of the project. Even the payments are done now from the treasury automatically. So once the stakeholders prove your proposal, each month you will submit your invoice and you'll get paid from the treasury by the votes of the stakeholders. So there is no central entity. It's decentralized, 100% decentralized.
All right, great. Yeah, thanks for that breakdown. So you said you can actually buy Decreed on exchanges. So do you have an idea, for example, any of the exchanges where one can go and get Decreed?
I think there is Binance, there is Bitrex, yeah, there is BitLocal, Bitfinex, yeah.
All right.
So, and other exchanges, I can give you the link later.
All right.
So you can see all the exchanges where you can buy Decred from. And also there is, Decred has created a DEX, a decentralized exchange. Now you can exchange Bitcoin, Litecoin, and soon they are working to add Ethereum and Ethereum tokens. So it's free and you don't have to put your personal information, and it's working. It has been a year that almost a year that has been working. You just have to install Decred node, a Bitcoin node, and Litecoin node, and you do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Insaf, as we close, maybe I would like to ask you, you know, for you've been in the space for a long time, and as a woman, what advice would you give maybe to other women, to other African women across the continent who want to, for example, get into crypto or blockchain? What advice would you give them?
As women have a great potential, and in Africa I've met a lot of women who are intelligent and have a lot of potential and a lot of credits to give. What I will say to them, it's just look there. There is opportunities everywhere. Just look there. There is opportunities. It doesn't. You don't have to be a developer to work in cryptocurrencies or blockchain. You just need to be a good worker. You have great potential and you have time on you, and you will do a great job. And it's a decentralized world. Nobody will judge you. Just your work will judge you. And it's a great opportunity for women to open up and work with international groups. And it's a good thing to be paid by cryptocurrencies. Like, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, we cannot emphasize that as well. Yeah, I mean, it's great to be paid in cryptocurrency. Yeah, thank you so much, Insaf, for talking to us. We really enjoyed, yeah, your insights about crypto, about Decreed, about North Africa. I think, yeah, we've really benefited, and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, David.